and welcome on into John Breslow Ice Arena here for some Nebraska D3 Club hockey. I'm Eli Rodriguez alongside Colton Alder, and we have some hockey tonight between the Razorbacks and the Cornhuskers. Nebraska comes in with a record of 3-17-2, and they're ready to face the Razorbacks 11-8, 2-1. Colton, how do you feel about this matchup going forward, and what are you excited to look for?
Yeah, both of these teams looking to get back in the win column. Arkansas with 3 straight wins coming on their last home showcase, which included a victory over this Nebraska team 4-1 in the first of those 3 games. This Nebraska team looking for their first win at Breslow all year. Got a chance to do it here tonight. Time running out on the season to get that first win, so be interesting to see if they can get the win here tonight.
Absolutely. The Huskers opened up the season down in Texas, and they got 2 wins over Dallas Baptist, and then they went on a bit of a losing streak and then went over to Chicago in part of that Big Ten tournament days where they found a win over Northwestern. But like you mentioned, the last time they faced off on January 16th, the Huskers suffered a 4-1 loss to the Razorbacks, and 3 of those goals coming in the third period, and then they went on a 3-game winning streak, like you mentioned, over Ole Miss 11-5, and then they found a win over Mizzou 7-1. My question to you is, how do you think this Arkansas forwards is going to attack this Husker back line? They have some players that are doing very well so far this season with Luban and Sloan. They're top 2 attackers for Arkansas, and they have 4 players in total averaging a point per game.
Yeah, this Arkansas team, Will Sloan and Thomas Verbal leading the way with 15 and 14 goals respectively. Jack LeBon, their main distributor, he's got 11 goals himself, but 24 assists lead to him having the team lead in points. It's going to be that attack for Arkansas. Those 3 alongside Tanner Freeman and Liam Pouliot that are going to be essential to getting opportunities near the net and putting a lot of pressure on this Husker defense that's struggled thus far this year.
We have some hockey coming up next. Once again, Colton Alder and Eli Rodriguez here on the call. We'll have national anthem and starters, and then we'll be ready for puck drop in period number 1. You're watching Husker Hockey on Nebraska News Service. And welcome back in here to John Breslow Ice Arena. National Anthem is all wrapped up. Starters were announced, and we have starters for you right now. First, looking at the Arkansas Razorbacks, we have Deacon Rose, Luke Urey, Austin Adams, Mark Rizzer, Logan Shipley, and Logan Bruns starting for Arkansas. And then flipping it over to the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Ethan Schmelzer, Christian Clover, Joseph Studeman, Matt Leslie, Zach Del Sante, and Caden Quinn in net for the Big Red. It's a military appreciation night here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Nebraska is wearing newer jerseys, real nice jerseys with blue stripes and white stars and the military logo design on them. We had a ceremonial puck drop early on, just about 3 to 4 minutes ago, and now we are already here at Breslow. It's Rose and Studeman at center ice, and the pucks drop. Couple bodies fall on the floor early on, and Urey takes it over for the Razorbacks. Now it's Shipley laying it off over to Rizzer. Now out of the neutral zone, Nebraska takes control of the puck. Now it's Schmelzer. He drops it off inside for Clover. Clover going down on the far side. Can't control that one, however, and it's taken away by Urey. He goes cross-ice pass over down low to Adams. He tries to get it up ahead to Urey, and that one's quickly covered up by Nebraska's Quinn in net for the Huskers.
That's something we're going to see from Arkansas. They're going to try and be aggressive early against this Husker defense. Puts a lot of pressure on Caden Quinn early in this one, and they get down the ice and get an opportunity here on the faceoff.
So the Huskers have their starters in for about 25 seconds before subbing them off. Now we'll have a faceoff on the far side. That one's quickly fired on net by Urey, and it goes into the back net behind Quinn. So it'll be another faceoff coming on the ice. Both sides already substituted on some new players. Locate the puck and try it again. Now we'll have face-off once again on the far side. Quevedo at the line for Nebraska. Now it's a fight for the puck on the far boards. That one's taken away by Lucas. Cager Lucas now on the ice for the Huskers. He takes a big hit in the far side right behind Quinn. Quevedo goes off the boards. Now he's looking for Rothenberger. Shane Rothenberger now on the ice for Nebraska. Now Mapes trying to collect it in the neutral zone. That one's taken away once again by Shipley. He'll just send it down the distance back behind Quinn. Quinn grabs it and lays it off. Lays it off for Lucas. Tries to go off the near side boards, and a shot is fired on. Quinn backs it away. Now it's back down low once again on the near side. Fight for the puck. 2 Huskers, 2 Razorbacks. You can see Luban trying to get his stick in there, and he'll try to wheel it around. Now it's Luban on the near side. He'll try to lay it off down low. Can't control that one. He'll chase after it once again on the far side. Quevedo putting his body in there, ultimately coming up with the takeover for Nebraska. Now it's still loose in Nebraska's zone. Rothenberger trying to locate the puck, and Quevedo takes it away. Now exiting the Nebraska zone, he'll just lay it off the far side boards for the icing call, and it'll be another face-off once again coming up next. Just about 90 seconds in here in the first period. Score remains 0-0. Trying to find a new puck, and it looks like they found one. It's Adamski about to take the face-off for Nebraska, going against Verbal. Making sure all the players are set. He'll drop the puck. That one goes right off. In front of the Nebraska bench. Shot is fired on net. That one goes wide to the left. Now chasing after is Rothenberger. He'll just play it up ahead into the Arkansas zone. Now it's back behind Bruns, goaltender of the Razorbacks. That one gets sent over to the near side of Kilgore. He'll just drop it up into the middle, right in front of the scores table in the neutral zone. Gets sent all the way down to Quinn. He'll just lay it off. Lays it off. Now going into the neutral zone. Off the stick of Shanahan. Sabansky trying to chase after it and locate the puck. Adamski now gets in on it. Gets sent down the distance. Back behind Quinn once again. He'll lay it off for Coe. Gets sent over to the near side, and Adamski just flips it up into the neutral zone. Now it's controlled. Now on the Arkansas side by Smith. Trying to create something out of the back with the pressure and Colby Butts in front. Now Caleb Seibler retreats. Now into the middle. Ethan Schmelzer has a chance. Rips one on net. That one goes far to the right. Goes off the boards, trying to get collected again by Nebraska. Now entering the neutral zone once again. Getting sent down, chasing after it is Bo Shanahan. He'll lay a hit over on the far side boards. Schmelzer trying to get his stick in there and relocate the puck. Shanahan laying in a body, trying to find the puck once again on the far side. Schmelzer steps in for the help. Now it's Lazari. He'll lay it off the boards to Shanahan. He'll send it across the boards over to the near side. Now it's Coe. Can he get to it first? Yes, he can. Clears it out. Now here comes Schmelzer in front of his own bench, entering the neutral zone with numbers. He'll lay it down the line. Clover can't get to it first, and then he gets a stick on it, loose in the crease. Lazari gets his stick on it, and it's covered up quickly there by Bruins of Arkansas.
Yeah, this Husker offense getting some opportunities here. They get an opportunity near the net with Schmelzer. Wasn't able to convert, but coming back down the other way, getting another chance. Gets covered up, but still an opportunity here as you got the face-off coming up.
Now another face-off down low on the near side. Jacob Paulson now on the ice for Nebraska. He can't come up with it. Now it's loose on the near side. Fight for it. Adams now comes up with it for the Razorbacks. He'll just send it off the far side wall. That one's quickly recovered there by Paulson. He'll just try to play it up ahead, and he regains the puck on his own. Paulson now on the far side. Falls down, takes a big hit in the corner. He's back up, trying to lay it off in the middle of the slot. That one's taken away by the Razorbacks. Now it's dropped off down low on the near side into no man's land, and Matt Leslie is first on it for Nebraska. The defenseman Matt Leslie loses the puck. Now it's Del Sante. He gets his stick on it, tries to drop it off near side. Still chasing after it, Del Sante. Now it's Woolitz. He'll play it up ahead for Yuri. Yuri trying to make a nice move, cutting in and out of defenders. Dancing with the puck in the neutral zone, and that one's taken away by Quevedo. He can't make the move around. Big hit coming in from Matt Leslie. Now it's Adams on the near side for the Razorbacks, and that one's deflected away by Quinn. What a nice shot there by Arkansas, and Quinn denies it. Now back in the neutral zone, Kilgore. He'll lay it off. Yuri can't control once again, and it's taken away by Quevedo. Hit on Quevedo there by Kilgore. Now it's down low, loose by Bruins once again. Arkansas coming up with it, trying to get out of their own zone. Few substitutions come on for the Razorbacks. Now it's Rothenberger with a chance. Rothenberger weaving his way around. It's Mapes. He tries to push it up ahead forward. Here comes an attacking Razorbacks front three now. Kilgore will lay it off. Trying to make a move there. It's Pouliot. Now it's Mapes, loose down below. Back below Quinn Quevedo. He'll just drop it off to Rothenberger on the near side. Getting sent off the board strongly back behind Bruins. And that'll call for a whistle. Lots of action here in the first 6.5 minutes of the first period.
It looked for a second like the Huskers were going to have an opportunity off of that line change for Arkansas. They were a little bit slow getting back, but just able to adjust and slow down Rothenberger to the point where he wasn't able to get a clean shot off. Just some solid defense, just hustling to the spot and making the play to prevent an easy opportunity.
Now it's Adamski and Laban preparing for the faceoff on the near side. Laban wins that one. Gets flipped back to Kilgore at the line. Now back to Laban, now on the left-hand side of Quinn. That one goes high. First to it, now trying to get into the neutral zone, Kilgore. He'll push it up ahead to himself. Nebraska's defense gets to it first. Rothenberger collects it at his stick, plays it up ahead now. Trying to chase after it, can't collect it, Sabanski. Now it's Vanook making a move. Going around, gets attacked there. Now it's loose in the neutral zone once again. Cager Lucas collecting it, the defenseman for Nebraska. He'll go off the boards back behind Quinn. Now it's up ahead to Seibel. Caleb Seibel, the captain on the ice for Nebraska. Moving along the far side boards, trying to make a move, and he'll lose the puck. Now it's loose. Another good deflection there by Quinn. Now it's loose in the crease once again, and it's sent away by Cager Lucas. Now down against the near side boards. Another shot comes in right into the glove of Quinn. Another save for Nebraska.
Slap shot opportunity from Cameron Smith right there, but great play by Quinn, just not allowing him to get it in the net. Good glove save right there. Reset.
Caden Quinn still looking for his win as a goaltender here. He has 7 games played in with a record of 0-5, including 1 overtime loss. He's posted a 0.878 save percentage as he allowed 64 goals so far this season. Now it's on the far side. It's Burns trying to create something out of the back for Arkansas. Wheeling his way around. Schmelzer trying to get his stick on there to come up with the takeaway. Now it's loose, goes off the glass, and Coe collects at the blue line. He sends a shot firing down for that right corner. And it goes off the pads of Bruins into the netting.
Thus far, the offensive opportunities for both teams have been fairly even. Both Nebraska and Arkansas getting some good shots on goal, but another save right there, and puck just goes out of play. A few stoppages recently.
Few substitutions come onto the ice for Nebraska, as now we're preparing for another faceoff here on the near side. Official has grabbed the puck and he drops it. Quevedo can't win that one. Nebraska tries to regain possession of the puck. Now loose in the middle of the slot. Clover will just rip one on net. That one goes off the boards. First to it, it's Coe at the blue line. He'll go down the glass. Looking for Quevedo once again. Coe's back on it, fighting for the puck. Butt steps in. Arkansas comes up with it and will send it down the distance near their near side boards. Bo Shanahan first to it for Nebraska. Trying to grab the puck with the stick. He cannot, and a shot's fired right in front of the Husker bench, and that one's deflected away. 3-on-2 now for the Huskers. Quevedo will just lay it up ahead right into the stick of Bruins. Quevedo back on top of it. Now it's Butts. Tries to lay it up ahead. Back to Quevedo. That one's intercepted away. Coming out of it is Daryl Smith for the Razorbacks. Now another opportunity, and it's in. What a shot there by Will Sloan, and he opens up scoring here at the Breslow Center, and the Razorbacks lead 1-0 early on.
That was a great feed off the counterattack. The Huskers had an offensive opportunity, and Arkansas just getting back so quickly, taking advantage of the 3-on-2. Good feed into Sloan, and he's just able to take advantage. A great shot on Sloan's part, and that extends his team lead in goals to 16.
The leading goal scorer for the Razorbacks now has 16 goals along with his 17 assists, and has the first one into the netting here at Breslow. Razorbacks lead 1-0 over the Huskers. Less than 8 minutes into the first period. Now Nebraska trying to come back from down early on. Another one's loose right in front of Quinn. Gets sent away there. Now it's Rizzer trying to step in. Studeman tries to lay it off, sending it into the neutral zone. Now stepping up forward is Cater. Now back behind Quinn once again. Del Sante trying to get to it first before Rose. Now Adams steps in. Del Sante comes away with it. Moving down into the neutral zone, tries to lay it up ahead for himself, right into the stick of Bruins. Now at the blue line, Studeman will try to push it up ahead. Now it's Adams. Trying to create something offensively once again for this Razorbacks team, already up 1-0. Now in front of the Husker bench, he'll drop it off, cross-ice pass over to Studeman. Goes through his legs, now in possession of Adams on the near side with Del Sante defending. Good deflection there by Del Sante. Now Nebraska coming up away. Ethan Schmelzer now in the neutral zone trying to make a move around Adams. He cannot. Big hit comes in. Now at the blue line of Nebraska, Clover will just lay it on forward. There was a deflection on it from a Razorbacks player. No icing will be called. Now back behind Bruins. Del Sante trying to defend once again, trying to go off the board to himself. This is Laban. Now it's to the left of Quinn. Lucas trying to take it away. It gets right into the stick of Schmelzer. He goes up ahead to Lazari in front of the Husker bench. Now it's Lucas wheeling his way around. Still in his own zone. Going back towards Mapes. Now to Clover. Back to Mapes. Trying to get up ahead to Schmelzer, and he can't connect. Now it's Lazari all the way down for Nebraska. Trying to play it into the middle, looking for Schmelzer, and that one gets taken away. Good deflection there by Zach Galore. Now it's Laban with a chance of his own. He goes back to Fanuc, back into the middle, looking for Laban, and it's not there. Now it's Kigor. Back down low to Laban. Laban against the boards on the far side. Now in front of the Nebraska bench. Kilgore going down the line. Back to Laban. Laban with a chance now right in the middle. Shots fired. That one goes far to the right. Good stand by Nebraska's defense. Now into the glove and settled by Fanuc. Now it's flipped up ahead by Del Sante and settled now by Kilgore. Great move there around Sabanski. He'll just flip it up ahead. Now it's Quinn. He'll step out of the box and lay it over. Lucas trying to go off the glass to Seibel. That one bounces into the Arkansas zone. Defender goes down for the Razorbacks. He gets back up and plays it up ahead into the neutral zone. Shanahan off the boards in front of the Razorback bench now. Trying to create another chance there, but Seibel sends it up ahead. Adamski pushing it up ahead forward once again. Now it's Seibel trying to chase down the puck, and he falls down. Nebraska can't quite get anything going offensively right now. The Razorbacks have connecting on lots and lots of passes. Now it's Coe going off the boards to himself, looking for Sabanski. Big hit there. Now goes back down low, back behind Quinn once again. Shanahan over to Coe off the boards. Good move there by Rothenberger, and he can't control that one. That one's kicked up ahead by Sabanski. Rothenberger can't get there in time. Quinn off to Coe. Now it's Rothenberger across the blue line. Rothenberger, he'll just fire one from the neutral zone. Gets brought down right away by Bruins. Del Sante cross ice over to Leslie. Trying to get it back to Del Sante with the pressuring front by Arkansas. Del Sante now back behind Quinn. Down low once again in the stick of Sloan, who has the only goal of this one with 8 minutes to go here in the first period. Now it's Quevedo taking it himself, trying to go coast to coast. He'll lay it up ahead. Now back to Quevedo. He can't control that one. Nebraska has one man back. Sloan getting across the blue line, taking his time. Tries to get it over, and he does. Now it's loose again in the crease for Nebraska. That shot goes far to the right. Mapes. Rose takes it away. Now back behind Quinn. Leslie. Big hit there on Leslie. He goes down. Puck goes all the way across in front of the Arkansas bench. Rothenberger's there to collect. Another big hit there. Trying to get out of their own zone and just take it himself. All the way down. Good move there by Lucas trying to push him off of the puck. Now it's Lucas again, still with the pressure. Mapes pushes it away. Puck lies right in front of Quinn for a second and trying to wrap it around. Another save by Quinn. Another shot by the Razorbacks goes wide to the left. Rose into the middle now. Another shot into the chest of Caden Quinn. Another save for him. Lots and lots of possessions offensively for Arkansas, but Quinn has came up big.
And we saw it get a little bit more physical over those last couple minutes. A bunch of hits alongside the boards, but Arkansas putting a lot of pressure. Caden Quinn with a couple of saves in that sequence right there. That last one, a really strong one on his part. He's performed pretty well thus far despite the goal.
Now it's Poliot and Schmelzer for the faceoff. Poliot wins that one. Quick shot up ahead into the knee padding of Quinn. Now it's up ahead for Schmelzer. Schmelzer with the chance. Try to wrap it around to himself. That one goes wide against the far side boards. Tries to lay it off into the middle for Clover, and nothing's there. It's taken away. Now over to the far side. Lazari pushes it up the far side boards. Trying to lay a big hit is Shanahan. Now Shanahan's on top of the puck himself. That one gets loose from him, and Poliot taking it out of his zone, crossing over the blue line. Poliot coming in with speed over on the near side. Fires on net. And that one's covered up quickly there by Quinn. 6:08 to go here in the first period. Razorbacks lead Nebraska 1-0. Will Sloan with the only goal of the game.
Cade Vanook basically saved a really good opportunity for the Huskers by poking the puck away from Rothenberger from behind right there. Rothenberger was able to recover it, but not able to recover it quickly enough to get a good shot on net, and that prevented a really good breakaway opportunity for the Huskers from coming to fruition.
Hennessy and Quevedo in the face-off circle on the near side. Hennessy wins that one. Verbal now fighting for the puck on the near side. Seibel trying to get his stick in there, and it gets collected by Smith. Now in front of the slot. Leslie backs away. Huskers get lucky there. Another shot's fired on net and covered up once again by Quinn. Quinn having lots of moments to step in here as the puck has relatively been in Nebraska's zone for quite some time in the last couple of minutes here in the first period.
Yeah, this Arkansas team's putting a lot of pressure on the Huskers, getting a lot of shots on net. They're going to need to continue that. They've only got one goal thus far, but if they keep putting this pressure on the Husker defense, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Caden Quinn to stop those opportunities in the future.
Another faceoff on the far side's won by Nebraska. Now it's loose in the neutral zone. Big hit against the boards. Puck goes off the official's head, and now it's Rothenberger on the near side. He'll try to play it into the middle. Now it's in front of the Husker bench. Leslie pushes it up ahead, trying to find Rothenberger. Deflected away. Now it's Covedo. Back over to Leslie. Leslie looking ahead, floats this one into the air, trying to find Rothenberger, and Smith deflects it away right in time. Now wide open with lots of space. Covedo on the near side, fires one into the middle. Rothenberger misses the one-timer, and it goes all the way over to the far side. What a chance there by Nebraska. Now it's loose, and icing will be called. There wasn't a touch on that one, and we'll have a face-off in the Arkansas zone.
Maybe the best chance the Huskers have had thus far. Covedo gets a good shot on net. Rothenberger just not able to get the one-timer right there, and Arkansas maybe catching a little bit of a break as they keep Nebraska scoreless thus far, first 15 minutes of the contest.
Face-off here on the near side with Hennessy once again and Schmelzer. Hennessy has to step out real quick, and it's Verbal. Now loose on the near side. Clover trying to get control of the puck. He'll push it over to Schmelzer. Now it's Schmelzer back behind Bruins. Lazari with the back heel pass. Now with the stick of Clover. Now it's trying to loose in the crease. The whistle will be blown, which I believe will have our first penalty of the night. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like they're going to talk it over here, and we will. Going into the boxes, Brentley Hennessy. He has yet to get on the score sheet so far this season without a goal or an assist, and he'll get sent into the box for 2 minutes. Now Nebraska with the advantage. Leslie will drop it off down low, right in front of the blue line. Leslie thought about it. Now he'll send it over to the far side. Making a nice move is Rothenberger, going off the boards, back down low. Now at the stick of Covedo. Covedo trying to play it off into the middle, looking for Adamski. Nothing's there. Rothenberger fires this one, and he will score. Shane Rothenberger puts it through for Nebraska. Just 32 seconds into the power play for his 14th goal of the year.
A power play opportunity right there, and Rothenberger just able to slap it through, taking advantage of the lesser defense from the Razorbacks. He just gets that one past Bruns. And Nebraska getting a goal from their leading goal scorer, and they tie this game here in the first.
He's leading in goals, assists, and points, and that time Shane Rothenberger finds his 14th goal and evens this one up at 1 apiece. 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the first period. With another face-off here at center ice, and Lazari takes it away quick. Nebraska trying to add on to their lead. Trying to take the lead, rather. Now over on the far side. In front of their own bench. It's Carraker taking it himself. Here's a chance for the Razorbacks, and that one's loose behind Quinn. Now it's Carraker once again on the near side. He'll flip it backwards to Rizzer, right in front of the blue line. Off of the skate is Shanahan. Shipley right into the knee of the official. Looks like we won't stop there and continue play. Rizzer down the neutral zone, pushing it up at Del San. Clover takes it away. Clover with the chance right into the glove of Bruins. What another chance there for Nebraska. Clover just took it away and fired one for the top right corner. Luckily for the Razorbacks, it was collected into the glove right away.
That's one for the Huskers where they're going to wish to have that one back. Clover was all alone, but that was some really solid goaltending there from Bruns, just being able to close in on Clover not allow him that much of a lane, and he's able to get the save right there.
That's Kilgore on the near side. In the neutral zone. Sabanski can't come away with that one. Now it's Adams down low into the crease. Quinn's there once again, still defending it away. Can't cover it up, and now he finally does. Another chance there for the Razorbacks, but Quinn denies.
Quinn's done a great job thus far in this one. We see it again right there, just gets that stick down. Doesn't allow Arkansas to get any opportunities on that side of the net. Eventually able to cover it up. He's done a great job here in this first period. Another
face-off here on the near side. All knotted up at one apiece with less than 3.5 to go here in the first period. It's another chance for Adams of the Razorbacks, loose in the crease, and that one's defended away. Now clearing it out is Seibel. Seibel taking it himself. Down the neutral zone. Moving down with speed, and he's brought down. Whistle wasn't called initially, but now it finally is. Now Yeri's just poking at Schmelzer, trying to get a reaction out of him, and he won't. Now Adams steps into the box. Austin Adams goes into the penalty box for the Razorbacks. Another advantage for Nebraska. And they scored on the last time they had it off of a rip from Rothenberger, and now they'll look to do it again.
That one was a pretty clear and obvious penalty. Just dragged him down on the outside, and Nebraska looking to convert on their second power play of the game.
It's Govedo and Laban now with the face-off on the near side. Laban taking it himself. Just sends it all the way ahead. That one was last touched by a Husker player. No icing. Now to Rothenberger back behind Quinn. Rothenberger with 2:45 to go in the first period. He brings it up himself, just shoves Laban in his back. Now it's Leslie shoveling it forward. Smith sends it cross ice off the glass. Now here's a chance for Laban. Laban trying to get on the score sheet all by himself. Just has to be Quinn, and Quinn denies him. Now it goes all the way through. Another touch was called. No icing. 2:20 to go here in this first period. Quevedo. He'll just leave it off for Leslie. Leslie will flip it back to Quevedo, back behind Quinn. Quinn up to Rothenberger. Back over to Leslie at the blue line. And even 2 minutes to go now. Leslie sends that one all the way to Bruins. Quevedo once again on the near side. It's taken away by Rose. Now it's Coe. Coe taking his time. 1:40 to go in the first period. Here comes a pressuring Rose. Coe comes out with it. Out in front of the Husker bench. Coe trying to go coast to coast. He'll just drop it off for Rothenberger. Rothenberger gets it back up to Coe. Seibel steps in. Fight for the puck now in the far corner. 75 seconds to go in the first. Now it's Seibel, far side. Back down low to Coe. Into the middle looking for something, and there's nothing there. Clover's first to it. Possession remains alive for Nebraska. He has Lazari. He gets it to Lazari in front of the blue line. Back over. And now Schmelzer will send it in. Razorbacks had a substitution come in right behind Schmelzer. Now Schmelzer back to defend. Here's another chance for the Razorbacks. That one goes high into the netting. Good defensive play there by Ethan Schmelzer. 45.9 seconds to go. 1-1.
That was Brentley Hennessy coming right off of the penalty, just poking that puck away and destroying that Husker offensive opportunity. They still had a chance after that power play, but Hennessy just coming from behind and poking that puck out was what ended up stopping the Huskers in the end.
Less than a minute to go. Arkansas in the Nebraska zone. Stepping into it is Mapes. Here's a chance for Hennessy. Goes wide to the left. Now back behind Quinn. Hennessy still on top of it for the Razorbacks. He gets this one. Back over to Shipley. 20 seconds. Shipley now with the puck on the far side. Skating down with Quevedo in front. 10 seconds. Now it's Quevedo. Good move there. Spins around. Quevedo trying to take it himself with 5 seconds. Gets it up ahead to Rothenberger. Rothenberger now 2 seconds to go. He gets the shot off, and it's deflected away off of the glove of Bruins, and that'll do it for the first period. We see the scoring get opened up by Will Sloan. Razorbacks took an early lead, and then a few minutes later on the power play for Nebraska, Shane Rothenberger nets that one for the Huskers. We had an even first period, and now we got to our first intermission.
Looking at that first period of action, the Huskers, Arkansas did get more opportunities than them, but Nebraska was able to fight back, get opportunities on the offensive end, and their ability to just get the puck down, take advantage of Arkansas mistakes, that's been a big thing thus far in the first. Both of these teams have missed out on a couple opportunities near the net, but overall, pretty even thus far.
All squared up at 1 apiece. Special shout out to our production crew tonight. On camera, Matthew Malloy, our director and our producer and everything in between, and Beck Frazier, my partner Colton Alder, and Eli Rodriguez here. Nebraska and Arkansas all squared up 1-1. You're watching Husker Hockey on Nebraska News Service. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes for the second period. And welcome back into the John Breslin Ice Arena. Just about 55 seconds on our first intermission, and we are just about underway to begin the second period. First period started off a bit slow, and then we saw scoring get opened up by Will Sloan of the Razorbacks. The Huskers went down a goal just about halfway through, and then after a power play goal scored by Shane Rothenberger, we are all squared up at 1-1 to this point. And Colton, what is something that you think the Razorbacks need to change as the Huskers enter in this one with lots of momentum as being the last team with the goal?
Well, I mean, for Arkansas, I think they more so need to stick with what they've been doing. What they've been doing thus far is they've put a lot of pressure on this Husker defense. They've got a lot of opportunities, especially on counterattacks, and that has put Caden Quinn in a lot of very difficult positions. He's been able to save all but one of those attempts thus far, but if Arkansas keeps getting those shots on net, then Quinn is not going to have a very easy time the rest of this game.
All set to go here for the second period. Nebraska and Arkansas once again. Alongside Colton Alder, I'm Eli Rodriguez on the call for you tonight. Now at center ice, we'll have a face-off between Laban and Covedo. That one's taken away quickly now. Freeman back over with another chance off of the chest of Caden Quinn there. Another shot gets fired off wide to the right. Now it's loose on the near side, Laban. Now over to the far side, trying to play it into the middle. Once again, off of the glove of Caden Quinn. Now on the near side, Pouliot. Back to Laban. Laban trying to make a move. Loose in the crease once again. Pouliot back on top of it. Big hit there on the far side boards by Quevedo. Now it's Rothenberger. As Laban will just pass it over into the neutral zone. Rizzer pushes it over in front of the Husker bench. Back at the stick of Laban. Pouliot, near side. Can't control that one. Now it's Nebraska at center ice. Exiting now, it's Quevedo. Quevedo with a chance all by himself. Good move around, goes inside, and that one's taken away. Back down low, Verbal, all by himself now on the near side. Here comes Cager Lucas trying to make a tackle there, and that one goes wide off into the glove of Caden Quinn for another early save here, just a minute and 11 seconds into the second period.
Yeah, Verbal was kind of all by himself down the ice as Nebraska formed that attack, and then coming back the other way, wasn't able to get a clean handle on it. Tries to go around the net, but Nebraska being able to adjust to it. Quinn getting the save. Opportunity for Arkansas there, but just not able to convert.
A face-off once again on the far side. Now it's back behind Quinn. Hennessy trying to poke at it down low. He'll come away with it, go over back behind the goal line, and swiping at it there. Can't get a shot off in the middle. Now it's Vanook. He'll send it down the boards. Quinn will lay it off for Quevedo, trying to float it up ahead, and now it's Mapes on the near side. Into the glove and settled by Vanook. Mapes goes down. He's back up now. Now it's Schmelzer trying to take away the puck from the stick of Hennessy. Big hit there. Now it's Vanook once again. Down low in the middle of the slot. Arkansas with a chance here. Vanook backs up, taking his time, and here comes the takeaway for Nebraska. Lots of space here. Shots fired. That one goes far to the left. Great chance there for the Huskers by Christian Clover. Now on the other end with the Razorbacks. Back below Quinn. He can't control that one. Now over the near side boards all the way down the line. Vanook will just send one into the middle. That one's taken away. Nice move there by Clover. Now in front of the scores table. Now by the Arkansas bench. Shanahan can't control the puck there into the middle. Now it's loose in the crease with a chance, and Rose misfires on that one. Now over to the far side. Nebraska can't get it into the O zone, and Yuri will send it down the boards. Back behind the goal line. Trying to find Rose. Now it's Smith back on top of it. Shanahan collects all alone, lots of time. Bo Shanahan will send it up to Seibel. Back to the stick of Shanahan. Taken away by Adams. Now Coe stepping in. Lots of bodies down low on the near side. Now it's Arkansas trying to create something again. Into the middle. Can't get a shot there. Smith sends it in. Bodies go down, Quinn included. Now it's a fight for it on the near side. Big hit there. Puck will stay in the Nebraska zone. Just pushing it over, trying to find Seibel. Still lots of contact here on the near side as Coe is still on the ice. Now he's back up. The whistle is blown, and lots of action here to start off this one. Just about 4 minutes in with 16-18 to go in the second period. Score remains a 1-1 between Nebraska and Arkansas.
Kind of strange going on behind the play right there. Was Coe and another Arkansas player getting tangled up, as well as Rothenberger and Austin Adams getting tangled up. Both of them kind of going at it. Getting a little bit chippy between these two teams. Not even at the halfway mark yet.
Well, a quick shot there by Rothenberger trying to find his second of the night. That one goes high to the left. Now it's Carraker. Down the far side boards. Now it gets sent down. First to it is Smith. Up ahead to Carraker. Now it's Sloan, who has the only goal for Arkansas now. Carraker takes a shot. That one goes high to the left. Arkansas still with it. Smith trying to put it back in the middle. Now at the stick of Sloan. Sloan on the near side, wheeling back around, back to Carraker. Carraker taking his time, down over to the corner on the near side. Nebraska trying to come away with it. That's Quevedo tripping on Rothenberger. Now it's Quevedo, lots of time. Now near center ice, he goes back into his own zone, wheeling around. He'll drop it off. Trying to get flicked up ahead. He goes off of the glove there of Missoula of Arkansas. Now in front of the Razorbacks bench. Cross ice pass. Rothenberger wide open at the blue line. Rothenberger trying to find his footing. Wheeling back around into his own zone. Ensuring he has possession, and he goes down. Wanted a tripping penalty there. He didn't get it. Now it's Arkansas in their zone. Cater chasing after it back behind Bruins. Now it's Missoula. Lucas up ahead trying to find Studeman. That one's taken away by Missoula himself. Quinn settles it, leaves it off for Cager Lucas. Huge takeaway now. Here's a chance for the Razorbacks. Quinn steps out of the box. Arkansas can't get a shot off in time. Now it's LeBon. He's searching. He finds Shipley over on the near side. Now back down low, trying to find the 1-2 pass. Nothing's there. LeBon. He gets it over. That one's kicked up ahead. Woolitz. Now on center ice in front of the score table, dropped off down low. On the back line for the Huskers, trying to build something out of the back. Mapes tries to send it down to Studeman, and it gets taken away by Shipley. Shipley now one-on-one, fires one into the net, right into the midsection of Caden Quinn. Another save for Quinn for the Huskers just early on here in this second period, about 7 minutes in.
Feels like we've been saying saved by Quinn a lot thus far today. He's done a great job out in net for the Huskers. A lot of difficult shots to save that he has made plays on. Nebraska's going to need that to continue from him, keep Arkansas off the board and give them a chance in this game.
That's Pouliot and Schmelzer with the faceoff. Quick shot fired in the crease. Now it's loose, and that one will get terminated by the Razorbacks for the score. And right now, it looks like that goal will belong to 78, Liam Pouliot, for his 14th goal of the year, along with his 8 assists, and that sort of caught off Caden Quinn off guard there as a lot was going on in the crease, and Pouliot just finishes that one while he was facing the other direction.
May have spoke too soon. Puck got loose off of the save opportunity, and Pouliot just with an easy shot right in front of the net, able to take advantage. Arkansas back in front after they lost the lead in the first.
Arkansas leads 2-1 here with 13:42 remaining in the second period, and they win the faceoff at center ice following the goal, and it goes out near the Arkansas bench. We'll have another faceoff in center ice. Adamski and Hennessy once again. Adamski wins that one, pushes it back to Ko. Now it gets sent down over to Seibel, tries to go cross ice over to Studeman. Studeman chasing after it. It's taken away by Burns. Now back over to Pouliot. He'll try to drop it off down low, and Ko takes it away. It goes off of the knee of Lebanuk. Shanahan mishandles that pass. Now it's back into the stick of Shanahan. Shanahan feels the pressure, turns around, and drops it off. Now back down low. It's Shanahan once again on the near side boards. Shanahan lots of time. He goes off the boards, looking up ahead for Sabanski. Lebanuk trips up a few Husker players there. Sabanski comes away with it until Burns steps in and takes it away. Now it's Burns in his own zone. He'll push it up ahead into the neutral zone. Now it's Verbal. Wheeling around Vanuk now. He'll send it up ahead, deflecting it off of the stick of Shanahan, and we'll have another whistle blown. 12:43 to go. Arkansas leads 2-1 over Nebraska. We'll have a few line switches come on for both sides.
It looks like a penalty against Nebraska. It'll be Adamski heading to the box for the Huskers. That puts Arkansas with their first power play of the game.
Arkansas now with their first power play of the game. We've seen the Huskers capitalize on one of their own earlier on with that Rothenberger goal to even this one. The Razorbacks will try to do the same. Now it's Leslie over on the near side boards trying to go high off it, looking for Butts. Rose takes it away for the Razorbacks, dropped off in front of the Arkansas bench now to Freeman. Now it's Laban. Using his speed, wheeling around. In and out of the blue line. Now he crossed it himself. Laban trying to take it himself on the near side. That one's sent over. Trying to find Laban again. A deflection's made by Rothenberger. Fans here inside the Breslin Center enjoyed that one. Now Rose will try to lay it down the line. Flipped up ahead. Rothenberger trying to locate the puck, and he does. Rothenberger all alone. Wheeling around. Can't get a shot off. Now it's loose in the crease once again. Rothenberger still chasing after it. Stick goes flying there, and a big hit comes on Rothenberger. That time we'll have the whistle blown, and it looks like we'll have another penalty. This time it'll even it out. Risser going to the box for the Razorbacks. Mark Risser on the year with 2 goals and 7 assists. He'll take a quick timeout with 2 minutes on the clock, and we'll be back to even hockey. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go on the penalty kill for Steven Adamski of Nebraska.
That was an unnecessary penalty from Risser right there. Did not need to hit Rothenberger like that along the boards, but for Nebraska, they feel relieved on that one because that takes this power play and makes it a 4-on-4. There's going to be more offense for this minute 8 and then 52 seconds of a Nebraska power play after that.
Skaters trying to find their respected positions to be. Now it's Covedo and LeBlanc on the far side for the faceoff. Puck's dropped. LeBlanc wins that one as the Razorbacks come away with it. Now up ahead, Nebraska retains possession once again with Butts over on the near side. Butts loses that one. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 50 seconds. Now it's Laban. You can tell the space has cleared up on the ice as we have moved to a somewhat faster pace as Smith retreats back to grab that one. 40 seconds to go until Adamski's back on the ice. Schmelzer trying to come up with a takeaway in front of his own bench. Now back to Smith. Leslie swipes it away. He goes down. 25 seconds to go for Adamski in the box. Now it's sent over. Smith once again. Schmelzer backs off. In comes Rothenberger trying to poke at it. Now it goes down the boards. 10 seconds for Adamski. Now back below Quinn. 5 seconds till Adamski gets loose. Quevedo now at center ice trying to take it himself, weaving his way between 3 defenders. In comes Adamski. 50 seconds left on the power play for Nebraska. 5-on-4 advantage for the Huskers. Schmelzer can't step to it in time. No icing is called. Schmelzer back behind Quinn. He'll push it up ahead to Rothenberger on the near side. He has Adamski to his right. Can't make the move around Burns. Gets sent down the boards, and that one's taken away by Verbal. Verbal now with Leslie in front. He can't conclude that one. 20 seconds left on the power play for Nebraska. Clover back over to Seibel. Seibel misfires that one over to the right. Rothenberger trying to push it back in. Adamski's there. He fires. That one gets deflected away. Now it's loose in the crease once again. Coe in front of his own bench. Wheeling around. Clover in the far corner. He fires one himself off the padding of Bruins. Now we're back to even hockey. Power play is over for both teams. Seibel into the middle, near center ice to Lazari. Josh Lazari trying to go all the way over, looking for Clover back door. Can't get that one in time. Yuri now at center ice. Yuri weaving around, makes a nice pass to Verbal off the chest of Caden Quinn. Sort of a wrestling match in the far corner. There goes the whistle. Yuri and Coe. Sort of some extracurricular activity in the far corner in Nebraska zone. It looks like Coe will be the one responsible for that. 9:19 to go here in the second period. Razorbacks still lead by 1. 2-1 here in Lincoln.
Appears like they're calling a penalty on both Coe and Yuri. Both of these guys not scared to get physical on the ice right there. And Coe with 32 penalty minutes on the year. Yuri with 73 for Arkansas. They both add another 2 to that as they got tangled up. Now it's going to be a 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes.
Back to 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes, and you can see Yuri and Coe still exchanging some words, although both of them are in the penalty box. That one gets fired in off the padding once again of Quinn. Loose stick on the ice. Trying to make their way around that one. Now it's Missoula. Back over to Shipley. Shipley tries to tap it to himself with his skate. He misses on that one, retreats back. Shipley down the neutral zone, trying to lay it across. Now it's taken away by Lucas. Can't find Sabanski up ahead. 4-on-4 hockey for another 80 seconds. Rizzer. He'll wheel around, drop it off to Shipley. Shipley now in the neutral zone. 1-on-3 for Shipley, and that doesn't go his way. Mapes on top of it. Now back over to the far corner. In possession of Rose. Stick is still loose on the ice. Trying to figure out what to do with that. Now it's up ahead. Rothenberger has a chance. He can't successfully spin around with it. Now controlling the puck, pushing it down. Vanook. All the way towards Laban on the far side. Shanahan takes that one away. Back behind Quinn. Lots of space for him. 30 seconds until we're back to 5-on-5. Quevedo defending Laban. Now into the neutral zone with Sloan. Sloan will just slide it up ahead to Laban. Laban attacking over to Sloan. The 1-2 for the Razorbacks, and Sloan's shot goes off for the padding of Quinn. Sloan once again on the near side. He'll fire that one, and that time Quinn will cover it up. 7 seconds to go for 4-on-4 hockey. Still in the penalty box for the Huskers is Caleb Coe, and for the Razorbacks is Yuri.
I'm going to see the speed of Laban there, just getting the puck up and down the ice. Arkansas trying to get a situation where Sloan shoots it. It goes off Quinn and back on the deflection to Laban, but it was just off. And now very little time for them to take advantage of a 4-on-4.
5 seconds until back to 5-on-5. Back below Quinn. Down the boards and up ahead. Back to 5-on-5 hockey we go. Rose trying to find Yuri. Fresh out the boxes. Yuri trying to add on to this Razorbacks lead as they lead 2-1. 7 minutes to go in the second period. Rose back down below Quinn. Yeary once again from the far corner goes off the board. Smith one-timer into the glove of Quinn momentarily. He drops that one. Another shot towards Rose, and the Huskers didn't like that one on their goalie. Here we go. You can tell the fans like that one for sure, and we're expecting a few majors to be called potentially, if not some ejections, as Yeary goes straight to the box right away. We might expect a few chat between the officials on the ice as lots of players got into that one. We'll see what the call is made on the ice here in a second. What'd you think about that, Colton?
Yeah, it looked like Adams got a little bit too aggressive after the play, might have sticked the goalie Quinn, and the Huskers immediately responding to that. It's been a little physical between these two teams all day long. We saw that with Coe and Yeary, who have both headed the box already. Adams got tangled up with Rothenberger earlier. There will definitely be a lot more penalized than just Coe and Yeary, as the officials still talking it over. Wouldn't be surprised if there is an ejection or two after this is all said and done.
Like we expected, a few time for discussion here at center ice between the officials as one goes over to chat it up, and it looks like Lazari will enter the box himself. The official went over to the Husker bench to pick him out of the crowd, as the other three are still discussing it. As for the Razorbacks, Yeary went straight to the box, so the officials were sure that he was going to spend some time off the ice. Luke Yeary spent lots of time in the box so far tonight, and 6:47 to go in the second period. Razorbacks lead by 2. If you're just joining us, there was a bit of a scuffle in front of the crease on Caden Quinn's side. And now we're trying to figure out what the decision will be made on the ice on who will be penalized. Looks like they have made up their mind as they go over to both captains. We'll let them know the decision. Now we'll have the official call. Coming from our PA announcer, Jake Salins, in the scores table shortly. Lots to add from that previous play, as right now we have 2 Huskers in the box and 1 Razorback, but we expect more to be added, as Yeary's still exchanging some words from the box. To have the time up for Yeary to be for sure, so it'll be a regular penalty for Yeary in the box. 2 minutes on the clock for him, and Caleb Coe has 2 minutes himself, and there's another Husker player in the box with Josh Lazari. Don't see his number up there on the scoreboard yet, so they're still trying to decide how much time they will spend in there. Sort of a long decision on the ice between the officials.
They're sending another Razorback to the box, and Austin Adams, who is the one who the Huskers initially piled up on to start that scuffle.
Austin Adams was the one who sort of messed with Husker goaltender Caden Quinn in the crease there, causing the massive pileup. Be Austin Adams and Luke Yeary in the penalty box for the Razorbacks. As for Lazari and Coe for Nebraska. still be playing 5-on-5 hockey. And we're off. Leslie trying to wheel around. Now it's Pouliot going down off the boards. Back behind in the Nebraska zone. Going up ahead. That one goes into the netting. What a start there to that scuffle, and we just ended that one just a bit ago. 6:23 to go in the second period. Razorbacks still lead by 2-1.
After a scuffle like that, you almost wonder whether that'll be a spark for this Husker team. Stepping up for their goaltender right there after a little bit of a tangle up, and
that one's loose in the crease again. Quinn gets back on top of it, and that one will get terminated once again by the Razorbacks. Now they go up 2. What a shot there by Robert Wolitz, and he adds on to this Razorback lead just about 20 seconds after that long discussion by the officials. What a shot there by Wolitz.
Looked like Wolitz just barely got it in there. Puck bounced out of the net, but officials making the correct ruling that it went in. That is Wolitz's first goal of the year for the Razorbacks, and good time on their part for him to get it as they take a 3-1 lead.
Now loose at center ice once again, and Burns will just send it down the line, back behind the goal line. Mapes trying to jump on top of it. Now it's Shipley. Now taken by center ice. Now in the Razorback zone by Ethan Schmelzer. He can't control that one, tries to get back on top of it. Now it's loose on the far side board. Schmelzer once again. No one in the crease to help him out, however, as he's smothered by 2 Razorback defenders. Another big hit there by Christian Clover on the near side boards. Wolitz exiting the neutral zone. He'll just drop it off down the far side boards. Now it's Mapes trying to weave his way through 2 defenders as Clover steps up ahead. Kilgore now back up. Verbal making a move. Verbal on the far side. He lays it off. Tries to collect it off his skate and into the glove of Caden Quinn for another save. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Razorbacks now lead by 2, 3-1.
Things got a little bit chippy again after that whistle. Brentley Hennessy, another Husker, getting tangled up a little bit. Nothing too serious, but still a little bit chippy between these two teams even after that scuffle.
Now it's Sloan and Butts at the faceoff circle. Sloan wins that one. Now it's back behind Quinn below the goal line. Trying to wheel back around. That one's taken away momentarily by Shanahan. Shanahan looking ahead, sends it down the line. Seibel collects. Seibel goes into the back of Butts, and that one now with the chance for the Razorbacks. Sloan, in comes a sliding Matt Leslie to cancel out the offensive attack for the Razorbacks. Now it's Rothenberger in the Razorback zone. In comes Leslie, up ahead to Rothenberger. Leslie fires that one towards the top left corner. Now it's Rothenberger. Rothenberger in the crease preparing for a shot if Seibel can control it. That one gets sent up ahead. Settled and brought down by Leslie. Rothenberger can't control. He's still going back and forth. Now here goes a chance near center ice. Smith fires into traffic and denied. Puck goes into the midsection of Caden Quinn. Now we'll have some more. The addition of the scuffle down low. In comes a bit of a line switch for both sides. Nebraska has a full 5 coming onto the ice as Laban heads to the bench for some time off. 4:03 to go here in the second period. Now down on the far side, Del Sante. Pokes the puck away into the neutral zone. Now it's Rose near to the far side. Drops it off looking for Yuri. Yuri back on the ice for the Razorbacks. Rose wheeling his way around. Trying to drop it ahead looking for Yuri. That one goes far. Now on the far side. Paulson. Going to the feet of Studeman, and that one goes all the way down to Quinn. Now back behind Quinn of the goal line. Paulson once again up ahead to Del Sante. Del Sante gets around Smith. Del Sante goes down. He's back up. Shipley now behind Bruins. Shipley goes backhanded over to the other side to Risser. Now here goes a chance for Rose and the Razorbacks. Shots fired. That one goes wide to the left. Still loose in the far corner. Taken away by Paulson. Paulson goes down the boards. Jack Betty tries to go up ahead to himself, and we have another massive fight down low. Still going at it. Helmets off for Nebraska. It's Cager Lucas and Rose got into it. Razorbacks keep poking at Caden Quinn, and obviously these Husker defenders aren't appreciating that whatsoever.
The initial scuffle right there was between Cager Lucas and Austin Adams. Lucas knocked Adams down to the ground, and then coming in was Rose. He just decked Cager Lucas, and from there it was mayhem. Quinn got a bit involved. Adams getting back into the fracas, and both Lucas and Adams in the box. There's only 2.5 minutes left in this second period, but feels like this intermission is going to be much needed for both of these teams to get their emotions under control for the third.
Seibel comes onto the ice to talk it over with Caden Quinn. So another brief meeting here at center ice between the officials. We'll take a quick break with them. Once again, you're watching Husker Hockey on Nebraska News Service. Welcome back here once again, joined alongside Colton Alder, Eli Rodriguez on the call. And Caden Quinn, the goaltender of Nebraska, was just previously ejected. That was the official ruling on the ice, so in comes Liam Scott. Liam Scott has 11 games played in so far this season, posting a 2-9 record, 85.3 save percentage, allowing 64 goals. So he comes into the game with about 2.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Down low once again, another chance in the crease for the Razorbacks. Rothenberger. Now it's Rizzer from the blue line. Sends it over to Pouliot. He can't control. Back at the stick of Pouliot now. Finds Rizzer. Back to Pouliot. Now into the middle with a shot from Freeman. That one goes wide to the right. In comes a diving Mapes. Once again loose in the crease. Good defense there by Matt Leslie. He takes it away. Rothenberger now on the near side. Rothenberger trying to create space himself. Fires into the midsection there of Bruins, and he comes away with the stop. Looks like there is an advantage right now for the Razorbacks. 4 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. 2 Huskers in the box. And it may be a combined penalty. I don't believe it'll just be for one player because there is 2 players in the box. We're back to play. Gets sent over now. It's Del Sante from his own bench off the padding of Bruins. Now it's Burns. One back to Vanook. Butts applying some pressure. Verbal. Back over to Sloan. Sloan will fire that one all the way down the line. Coe pokes his stick in there. Now at the feet of Sloan. Sloan goes down low. Back behind the goal line of Quinn. Vanook wide open to the right. Now Vanook has it. Looks up on top. Burns will take a shot. That one goes off for the glove of Scott there. That's Vanook. Back below his own blue line. Less than a minute to go now in the second period. Burns taking it himself. Lots of clean ice in front of him. At center ice, Burns trying to make a move. That one's taken away. Schmelzer comes up with the takeaway. Verbal. By himself now on the near side boards. Butts tries to step in. Big hit comes in by Caleb Coe. Now down low. Schmelzer goes off the boards. Vanook in front of his back. Welcome back into John Breslin Ice Arena. Just about 45 seconds away from the third and final period of hockey tonight. The Razorbacks lead 3-1. We're tied up at 1 apiece after the conclusion of the first quarter. Opened up scoring from Will Sloan, and then the Huskers fired back with a goal of their own from Shane Rothenberger, extending his highest goal scorer of the team. And then we've seen a pair of goals from the Razorbacks after that, with Wolitz scoring one of them, and then another one scored by another player from Arkansas. But we are just all ready to go. 20 minutes on the clock, and alongside Colton Alder, I'm Eli Rodriguez. The Huskers have some work to do to get back into this one.
Yeah, they've got some work to do. Down 2 heading into this third period. This Husker team a little bit short-handed after some altercations in the second, but they'll look to bounce back from that. They start off this period on a 5-on-4 against them. Arkansas with a power play for the next 2:24 as the Huskers still try to recover from that second period that got a little bit too physical between these two teams.
Scavedo and Pouliot at center ice. Now it's loose over on the near side with Del Sante. LeBon trying to spin around. That one's taken away by Rothenberger on the near side. Rothenberger shoots this one high towards the left corner and goes off the backboards. Now it's LeBon taking it himself, exiting the neutral zone. The player in front, he goes over to Rose. Rose back to LeBon. The corner on the near side. That one goes over to the far side boards now. Rothenberger in position to cut off the pass. Shot goes down wide to the left. Freeman first to it for the Razorbacks. Back down low to Rose. Now over to the far side with LeBon. LeBon closing in on the near side. Now it's loose once again. Cleared away by Nebraska. Last touch by Rizzer. No icing will be called. Back behind towards Bruins. Bruins sends it up ahead to LeBon. Now LeBon with a chance. Coming in from the far side off the padding there of Liam Scott. Now in the far corner, Quevedo and Shanahan in for the Huskers. Now back towards the blue line with Burns. Now over to the far side. Shot goes on loose in the crease. Scott is there to clear it away. Rothenberger, if he came away with that one, there was no one in front. Razorback still with possession. Vanook back over towards the middle. Another save off the padding of Scott. Trying to get brought down. Big hit there right in front of the Husker bench. Now it's still loose in the crease. Trying to get brought down by Missoula. Scott trying to jump on it. Loose again. Another save by Liam Scott. Razorbacks are attacking real strong right now. Verbal. Back down low into the far corner. Sloan. Back over to Vanook. Big move there on Rothenberger. Rothenberger goes down over to the far side. Shot goes wide. Sort of brought down Rothenberger by his face mask there. No call was made. Vanook would just rip a backhander into the midsection there of Liam Scott. What an intense first 2.5 minutes to open up this final period of hockey.
Yeah, the fans really wanted a penalty right there as Rothenberger was brought down. Going back to a little bit earlier, Arkansas had an opportunity with the net a little bit open on the left side, but this Husker defense stepping in, I believe it was Coe, that was able to get his stick in there and prevent a clean shot from giving Arkansas their 4th goal.
That puck goes off of the head of Scott there, and you got to remember the Huskers were at a disadvantage there with Cater in the box. Now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 17.5 to go in this third period. Rose now in the far corner. He has Adams in the middle. Tries to get it to him. That one's intercepted on the way through. Now back at the stick of Yuri. Over to the near side. Mapes will try to send it down the line. Now it's Clover in the neutral zone. He can't hold on to the puck for long. Lazari taps it over to Clover. Clover in the far end. Schmelzer back on the ice for Nebraska. Back over to the far side. In comes a fast Leslie. Arkansas trying to create something in the back end and turn that defense into offense. Here comes Adams doing just that. Adams on the far side. Flips one up ahead. Off the padding there of Scott. Another save for Liam Scott. Now it's Mapes. Near center ice trying to do it himself against the boards. Kilgore raised a bit of a hit there. Now it's over in the corner. Adams trying to send it up ahead. Schmelzer takes it away. 16 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Now it's Seibel at his own blue line. That pass is intercepted by Pouliot. Pouliot with a chance now, one-on-one. Goes off the padding of Scott. Another save, loose in the crease. Smith shoots this one high upstairs. That one goes against the boards. Lots of shots on Scott in the past 30 seconds. That one gets cleared out all the way towards the Arkansas zone. Hit by Sabanski now. Now it's Adamski. Back at the seat, Sobanski gets into the middle. Seibel shoots this one on net, and that one goes into the left glove there of Bruins. 15:48 to go here in the third period. Razorbacks still lead 3-1.
Yeah, early on in this third period, Arkansas continuing to put a lot of pressure on this Husker defense. With Liam Scott out there in net instead of Caden Quinn, they're still getting a lot of shots up, putting him in a lot of difficult positions, and this Husker offense is going to need to take advantage of the opportunities they get because Arkansas has gotten a lot more throughout this game.
It's Quevedo and Sloan now with the face-off on the near side. Rothenberger takes it away. Now it's down low for Quevedo. Tries to get it into the crease and it escapes all the way toward Del Sante. Still loose. Sloan back on top of it for the Razorbacks. He flips it up ahead into the neutral zone, right into the stick of Missoula. Zola will go all the way down to Carraker. Back at the stick of Missoula. Taken away by Quevedo. Lots of space in front. Tries to push it up ahead for Rothenberger. Rothenberger can't control it in time. Puck will go the distance. We'll have another whistle blown. Icing was called, so we'll have a face-off back in Nebraska's O zone. Now it's Quevedo and Sloan. Caleb Coe back on the ice for Nebraska. Mazzola flips it back to the far corner. Now it's Risser on the near side. Over to Sloan once again. Sloan will just drop it off towards the back line. Sloan still working. Down low now behind Scott. Carraker. The puck in the far corner. Butts defending the pass. Into the middle. Mazzola fires one on net off the post. And that one goes in and out of the post once again. Sloan trying to get the rebound. It bounces right out. Arkansas still with a chance here. Nebraska comes away with the takeaway. Now it's Rothenberger trying to do it himself. Good defense there by Will Sloan. Sloan on the near side. He'll flip that one all the way up ahead. Off the boards. Behind the back line. Big hit there on Missoula. Sloan will lay it down the line. All the way back on the near side. Now it's Kilgore. He'll retreat for the puck. Vanuk going back with them. Wasn't a touch. Icing will be called. Fans in here don't appreciate that call. But we'll come back to Nebraska's zone for a faceoff.
Going back to the other end, for Arkansas, they nearly got that in the net, both off the initial shot and off the rebound by Sloan. So close to getting that goal to put them up 3, but just not able to convert. Bit of a break for the Huskers right there.
Puck gets dropped. Now it's still on the far side. Now back behind Scott. Fight for the puck. Dangerous situation for Nebraska as they're already down 2. Schmelzer gets in on the mix. Attempts to find Lazari in front, and Vanuk will just send it up ahead. Back in possession with Nebraska. Rothenberger. Good pass there by Shane Rothenberger up to Schmelzer. Schmelzer sending it the distance off the back line. Mapes is there. Mapes still on possession of the puck. Paulson comes in. Jacob Paulson, the freshman, now on the far side. He'll just fire this one on net. Goes into the glove of Bruins, and an early whistle by the official. The whistle was too early there as Bruins dropped the puck to continue on play. As you can see, the far side official apologized for blowing his whistle early. So instead of continuing play, we'll have a face-off between Paulson and Hennessy now with the face-off. Hennessy ultimately wins that one. Arkansas coming down with pace, initially taken away by the Huskers, still with the chance now. Into the glove of Liam Scott, and he'll make the save. We've seen lots of saves early on from Caden Quinn. Now it's Liam Scott in net for the Huskers as Quinn was ejected in the second period.
Quinn not in the game, but Scott able to get the save right there. Not an easy save on the breakaway, but just gets his glove up there, makes the catch, and just good goaltending there from Scott.
Now back behind Scott. Coming out of it with speed is Leslie, the defenseman, Matt Leslie, going all the way. Goes right into a big hit there. One-timer comes in from Covedo, and that one goes far to the right. It's poked in and sent backwards by Leslie. Now over deep in the far corner. Now towards the near side. Razorbacks back with possession. Good defense deflection there by Covedo. Now the Razorbacks have numbers. Burns in front of the blue line. Big hit comes in by Rothenberger. Now it's back below Scott. Just over 12 and a half to go. Del Sante back on the ice for Nebraska. Defending verbally. Kilgore. Huge takeaway for Nebraska. Now it's Butts. He has Rothenberger to his right. Butts will take it himself. He had Rothenberger to his right, chose not to pass it off. And Bruins will make this save. That was a huge chance for the Huskers. Couldn't find the right opportunity.
That's a golden opportunity and one they're going to wish that they had back. Butts had a chance there, either going with it himself or passing it off to Rothenberger. He gets a shot on the net, but good save by Bruins, and just a rough break for Nebraska, not being able to convert on that breakaway chance.
Massive hit there by Rose on Caleb Coe. Puck was loose in front of Bruins. Now it's back on the other end for Nebraska. No icing is called. Liam Scott upset with that one. Good move there by Caleb Coe. Another hit on Adamski. He stays up. Now in front of the Nebraska bench. Seibel trying to step in. That shot goes wide to the left. Another great look there by the Razorbacks. In comes in strong Caleb Coe. Sort of bit of a wrestling match now in the far corner. The officials monitoring that one. Coe comes out with it. Another whistle's blown. It looks like they'll send Coe over to the penalty box. They won't make an official ruling there. It looks like it'll just be a common foul for a face-off unless they choose to change that.
It was Cohen Yeary who got tangled up behind the play yet again. We've seen the intensity ramp down a little bit in this third, but getting up a little bit there yet again.
Now it's Pouliot on the near side boards. Like I said, it was a common foul, so no players got sent to the box. We'll remain with 5-on-5 hockey. Less than 11 and a half to go here in this one. Schmelzer attacking this back line. It goes off the skate of Ethan Schmelzer. Cadre Lucas taps it forward, looking for Schmelzer. Back towards Lucas. Schmelzer will just flip it forward. It'll go through the neutral zone, back all the way towards Bruins. Bruins sends this one off the boards behind his net. Trying to collect it and bring it down is Pouliot. He cannot. Laban goes forward. Mapes will send it all the way. Shipley's first to it for the Razorbacks. Coming down the near side boards. Drops it off for Pouliot. Pouliot tries to go across ice, and that one's intercepted by Rothenberger. Rothenberger got brought down by the stick of Pouliot, and the whistle's blown. It looks like we should have a face-off in Nebraska's O zone. Officials Trying to make the official ruling now, and it looks like both teams will go to their respected sides momentarily.
Yeah, and Rothenberger got dragged down. It looked like by the stick of an Arkansas defender. Official quickly ruling it a penalty as Pouliot heads to the penalty box, and the Huskers will have a power play. They got their one goal thus far today off of a power play, a goal from Rothenberger. In that instance, they'll look to get their second off a power play here.
2 minutes on the clock in the penalty box for Liam Pouliot. Nebraska with the advantage, 5-on-4 for the next 120 seconds. And we get sent into the middle, trying to create a chance, and it gets sent away. Nebraska still on top of it. Butts on the near side. Here goes cross ice for Rothenberger. Rothenberger puts one on net. Quevedo's rebound goes wide to the right. Now here's a chance for the Razorbacks. Missoula all alone. Rothenberger on his back. Missoula trying to collect the puck. There goes the defensive stand for Liam Scott. Now Nebraska coming away with numbers. Matt Leslie over on the far side. Down the boards with Smith in front. Goes back behind Bruns. He has Quevedo in front. Chooses not to drop it off for him. Now it's Leslie. Back over to Rothenberger in the far corner. Now back behind the net. Now at the stick of Jake Quevedo. Quevedo wheeling its way around. Puck finds its way all the way to Leslie. Leslie takes this one himself right on net. That one gets deflected away. Rothenberger back on top of it for Nebraska. Fight for the puck in the far side boards. Missoula comes up with the takeaway and sends it all the way down. Still tangled up in front of the Arkansas bench is Missoula and Adamski. Helmet comes off, and that will call for the whistle. Quevedo not liking that late hit there. Here comes back that physicality from either team. Like you said, that was a bit absent for a little bit, Colton, but now it's back.
Yeah, Missoula got tangled up with a Husker on the back end towards the net, and he shoved that Husker player. Nebraska not liking that, and Missoula gets his helmet knocked off. They rule no penalty in that instance either way, but as we've seen the intensity ramping up yet again, 9 minutes left in this game, but both of these teams are going to have to control themselves, not commit any penalties that aren't necessary if they want to end up winning this game.
Less than 9 minutes to go. Razorbacks still lead by 2, 3-1 over Nebraska. Seibel coming away with speed through the neutral zone. Loses his puck on the way, and now it's Coe retreating back for Nebraska. Coe using Scott in front. Leaves it off for Schmelzer. Schmelzer takes it away. Freeman in front. Schmelzer. All the way. Schmelzer coming down the boards with speed. Nebraska back to full strength. Back to 5-on-5 hockey for both sides. Lazari over to Seibel. Down the far side boards. All the way down. Hands up for icing, and the whistle will be blown. There's no touch on that one, so we'll have another face-off coming in Nebraska's O-zone.
A little over 8 minutes left. You kind of have to ramp up the intensity if you're Nebraska. There's got to be some sense of urgency to get more opportunities. Be a little bit more willing to push the puck down the ice, even if it's a little bit more risky, because there's not much time for you to make up this 2-goal deficit.
Now against the near side board, Smith. He goes off, and he almost finds incoming Laban, and Scott clears it away quickly. Lucas back on top of it. He goes off, cross ice. Now back at the stick of Laban at center ice. Quevedo. Back to Cager Lucas. Now with the stick of Mapes. Mapes goes down the boards over to Rothenberger. Mapes poking at it. Back towards Butts. Butts comes in with a big hit. Now it's in front of the Arkansas bench. Down below.
fans a little bit unhappy because Thomas Verbal just poked the stick of Shane Rothenberger away at the end of that play. Verbal unhappy with how Rothenberger headed in as Bruns saved that one. Continues to be chippy between these two squads.
Now it's Schmelzer in the face-off circle with Hennessy. It's taken away. Now Hennessy at center ice. Using his speed, drops it off on the near side for Verbal. Del Sante in front. Verbal looking for a chance on goal. That one goes high over to the right. Big hit there by Leslie. Now puck's loose in the crease, and that one's deflected away by Clover. Now back into the neutral zone. Razorbacks come away with it. Near side, Verbal. All the way down the boards. Scott ends the momentum on the puck. Going back over. Now it's Risser. Loose again. Hennessy looking for a chance. Del Sante trying to locate the puck. He lays a hit on the near side boards, and now Arkansas will have to try to rebuild once again. 6.5 to go. Razorbacks lead by 2. 3-1 over Nebraska. Sent over. Carraker taps it over with his left skate. Now with the stick of Risser. Risser with lots of ice in front of him. He'll go across ice. Now it's in front of the Arkansas bench. Adamski gets to it first. Taps it over. Shanahan goes off the boards all the way down. Chasing after it, Shanahan himself, and he comes up with it. Now it's back over. Carraker and Rothenberger fighting for the puck. Rothenberger will just fire when it goes off the padding of Bruns. Now on the near side. Back over to the far side to Seibel, and it goes the distance. Shanahan chasing after it. 5:40 to go here in this one. Huskers trying to come back down too. Bruns will just go off the backboards. Smith will push it up ahead to Pouliot. Pouliot goes cross ice. Carraker now will just send it all the way down despite getting blown up by Caleb Coe. Here's Carraker with a chance. He gets it back up forward to Sloan. Sloan will just flick it up ahead into the crease, and covering it up is Liam Scott.
They're going at it again. That was Carraker getting into it with the Huskers. I mean, 5 minutes left in this game. Arkansas going to be more on the defensive with the puck. Might be looking for one more insurance goal, but for the most part, just not allowing Nebraska to get any good offensive opportunities over these last 5 minutes is going to be huge for them.
Now it's Yuri back over to Smith on the far side. Smith at the blue line, drops it off down low, looking for Yuri. In comes Lucas. Quevedo's there to step two. Arkansas with the chance here. Quevedo fighting his way around Yuri. There goes Quevedo, and Yuri going after it now in the far corner. Quevedo moving his stick out of the way. Still going after it, pushing and shoving down low in front of Scott. Now back below Scott. Lazari takes it away. Now entering the neutral zone, Josh Lazari falls down on his way to it, and now it's Smith coming away with it. Razorback down behind Bruns in net of Arkansas. Butts trying to step in. That one escapes. Here goes Mapes with a chance. That one goes high. Off the backboards into the glass. Another big hit here in the neutral zone. And he didn't like that one at all. And he tried to punch Cager Lucas in the back of the head. Now a bit of a scuffle in front of the Nebraska bench. Still going after it. The official in the mix too. We've seen a pretty good turnout here at the Breslow Center tonight. And physicality has been on full display. Erie still exchanging words with the official. Has to be guided towards the penalty box as we do have a Razorback down at center ice before all of that happened here in front of the home fans at the Breslow Center.
It was Lucas with the hit.
Lucas laid a big hit there on Daryl Smith as he's being helped off the ice and is being guided towards the locker room now. And even 4 minutes remaining here in the third and final period of hockey. Razorbacks still lead by 2, 3-1. Both teams on their respected side. We'll take a quick break with them once again alongside Colton Alder. I'm Eli Rodriguez, and you're watching Husker Hockey on Nebraska News Service. Welcome back here. It looks like we have made the ruling on the ice. It looks like Cager Lucas was charged with a major. And because we only have an even 4 minutes remaining in this one, he just went back to the locker room for the time being. But there are 2 minutes on the clock for Colby Butts of Nebraska and 2 minutes for Jamie Cater of Nebraska. And then a major for the Razorbacks in Luke Yeary, who spent a fair amount of time in the penalty box for Arkansas tonight. And we'll have some 4-on-3 hockey in favor of the Razorbacks for the next 2 minutes. Here's another opportunity for Arkansas to add on to their lead. Already up 3-1. Less than 4 minutes to go. LeBon down the near side, sliding in and terminating that one for the goal. What a shot there. And once again, Arkansas finding a way to find the back of the net, that time with Pouliot. Razorbacks extending their lead 4-1 with 3:46 to go.
That's a huge insurance goal for the Razorbacks, getting this up to 3. They can be on the defensive puck-wise for the rest of this game after Pouliot chipped that one in. And now they're trying to figure out what this means for the penalties on Nebraska's side, as it will revert back to a 4-on-4, it looks like, as that wipes out the penalty from Colby Butts. Cater will stay in the box for the Huskers, however.
Cater still stays in. That was only 13 seconds since our brief timeout after that altercation once again. So 1:40 still for Cater. Nebraska trying to find their second goal of the evening. In comes Rothenberger from the far side. That one goes off the padding of Bruns. Now back behind Bruns, flipping it up ahead. It's Verbal. Looking for Freeman. Freeman can't control. Pouliot now at the blue line. Sends a through pass all the way up ahead for Verbal. Schmelzer there to defend. LeBon goes down low. Trying to find LeBon again. Here goes another chance for Arkansas. Scott defends that one well that time. Now it's Rothenberger using his speed all alone. Rothenberger one-on-one with the goalie. What a great save there by Bruns. Rothenberger still on top of it. In the O zone, Rothenberger still with the puck. Now in front of the Arkansas bench. Drops it off down low for Schmelzer. Schmelzer surveying, and he crosses it over to Butts. Butts back over to Seibel. Seibel now around one defenseman. Open net now for the Huskers as they have everyone up forward. Just over 2.5 to go.
After this penalty for Cater expires, the Huskers will have a 6-on-4, assuming that they keep Scott out of the net. Another penalty against Arkansas as Tanner Freeman heads to the box. So Arkansas will now only have 3 on the ice. It's a 4-on-3 for Nebraska for the time being. Will revert to a 5-on-3. So plenty of opportunities for Nebraska to chip into this lead late.
It'll be a 4-on-3 in favor of Nebraska on the ice. And now we're trying to figure out what's being called, and Cameron Burns will get sent to the penalty box as well. So 3 minutes and 33 seconds for Yeary, so he's done for the night as only 2.5 remain on the game clock. Lazari from the high slot drops it off down low for Seibel. Lazari trying to send one into traffic, nothing's there, and this one gets sent in for Coe and denied. Coe still a possession of the puck on the far side, over to Seibel from the high slot. That one goes off the glove of Bruns. Settled and brought down by Rose. Puck goes too far in front of him and gets sent away by Scott. Scott mishandles and recovers. Blocks that one. Now Nebraska coming down with numbers. 4-on-2 here for Nebraska. Back to Quevedo over from the far side. Quevedo will fire one himself. That one's over wide. Quevedo trying to locate the puck. He'll just send it back. And they'll go all the way down the boards. No icing is called. Nebraska's back to full strength. 90 seconds to go now in this game. Wesley wheeling his way around, stopping at the blue line. It's taken away. Vanook all by himself. Now on the near side, Vanook trying to go backhand upstairs. Goes off the shoulder pad there of Scott. Now it's down low. Quevedo connected on that pass to Rothenberger there. Leslie will fire the one-timer loose in the crease. Defended away. Now it's 60 seconds to go in this one. Off the boards. Over to Butts. Rothenberger. Leslie can't control that one. Now it's Missoula with a chance with two Huskers on his back. Missoula right into the padding of Liam Scott, and he comes away with another stop there. 43.7 seconds to go. Razorbacks lead by 3, 4-1 over Nebraska.
And a good save on the breakaway from Scott. Not much time for Nebraska to mount anything offensively. Is Arkansas in very good position to get their 4th straight victory.
Well, the face-off now on the far side. It's Paulson and Hennessy. Now it's Shanahan sending this one high up towards the Arkansas bench. 30 seconds to go now. Nebraska choosing to keep their goalie in play. Now it's down low. Wheeling his way around is Arkansas. Now Paulson comes up with the puck. Goes off the boards for Rothenberger. Rothenberger trying to send it over to Sabanski. That one goes into the glove of Bruins. 18.7 to go. Face off now from the far corner. Paulson goes all the way down, back towards Liam Scott. Studeman comes chasing after it. He'll drop it off, down over to the far side. 5 seconds to go. That one's taken away. Burns with a chance at the buzzer, and he can't get it off. Chooses not to fire it. Shanahan didn't like that. He was thinking about it, and he comes swinging at Burns. Well, a bit of a small altercation to end this one, and the Razorbacks come into Lincoln and escape with a 4-1 victory after a game full of physicality and a few altercations that stopped play for quite some time.
Yeah, these two teams were going at it all game on the ice and after the whistle as well. See that again at the very end of the game, but I mean, both of these teams showing a lot of fight throughout this game, maybe a little bit too much fight at points, but Arkansas controlling the pace offensively, and they were able to get a lot more opportunities on net. And looking at it, both of these teams, again, going at it tomorrow as well. The Huskers looking to get that first home win in that game. Arkansas looking to extend this win streak to 5 games on their part. But this game might have gotten out of hand at a few points, but overall Arkansas getting a good victory for them, and they are really on a roll at this point in the year, playing their best hockey as January's coming to an end. Absolutely.
The Razorbacks advanced to a 4-game winning streak with the victory over the Huskers tonight and advanced their record to 12-8-2-1 as Nebraska drops another home game, still looking for their first home win. Maybe they find it tomorrow night with Matthew Malloy and Ethan McAthune on the call. Nebraska declines their record down to 3-18-2 on the year. Thank you to everyone spending their Friday evening here with us, listening and watching to some Husker hockey. Special thanks to our producer, Colin Dovlin, Beck Frazier, our camera operator, Matthew Malloy, my partner, Colton Alder. I'm Eli Rodriguez signing out of Lincoln. The Razorbacks take it over the Huskers 4-1.